real estate at Bear Lake? Work with the best. You can visit bearlakerealty.com. That's bearlakerealty.com. Also being brought to you by Ellingford Brothers. They're out of Evanston, Wyoming. If you need sand or gravel or any welding, metal fabrication, custom truck accessories, you need to contact Ellingford Brothers. Their address on the web is ellingfordbros.com. That's ELLINGFORDBROS.com. ellingfordbros.com. Going to sing the national anthem. Let's take a break, and we'll come back. You're listening to Utah 1A Basketball on KSL and mylocalradio.com.
Bryce Canyon Half Marathon, 13.1 miles of fast and unforgettable running on scenic Byway 12. From Bryce Canyon City descending to Cannonville through the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Race runs on the second Saturday in July. Start training today.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cache Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91.
Comfort Inn in Richfield offers guests cozy accommodations and friendly service. Amenities include free Wi-Fi, free hot breakfast, indoor pool and hot tub. If you're looking for a getaway, or if you're here at the Comfort Inn for work, we've got you covered.
It's fun helping each customer find the best vehicle for their needs. I'm Tracy Lawley and I've worked with my brother Kirk for 23 years. Back in 1969, my grandfather Donnell Jensen sold a customer this 1969 Dodge Charger. Years later, I had the opportunity to sell that same customer a new Dodge truck. And we continue to have the opportunity to serve his children and grandchildren. If you're buying a car from someone who isn't having fun, you should definitely come see me before you sign on the dotted line.
And we're back at it as they're introducing the starting lineups here before our first game today. And for Whitehorse, this is Nyona Phillips. Number 14 will be Shania Whitney. And at number 23 is Dawn Filfred, starting along with Caitlin Yellowman and Kirsten Harvey, all starting for the Whitehorse Raiders in today's game. Now they're introducing the starting lineups for the Monticello Buckaroos. Monticello, the top-seeded team in this game, so they will be the home team. Whitehorse will be the guest team when they look up at the scoreboards during the game. Number 14, Timber Black. Number 10, Megan Black. Number 5, Tristan Esplin. Number 4, Ashley Adair. And finally, starting for the Buckaroos, number 15, Alyssa Reeve. So we have our starting lineups. We're getting ready to go. We'll be jumping the ball shortly. And we'll get the second day of this Utah 1A basketball tournament underway. A couple of people you'll want to watch for. Number 25 for Whitehorse. She handles the ball. Her name is Stopani, Azalea Stopani. She will do most of the ball handling for Whitehorse. Name to watch for the Buckaroos. I mixed up my paperwork. Well, anyway, we're underway. Looks like Buckaroos controlling the ball. Trying to go underneath. It's stolen away by number 14. That's Whitney for Whitehorse. Whitney takes it all the way down into the corner, then kicks it back out to the top of the key. Looking to set up their offense. Phillips controlling the ball, gets it over to Harvey. Harvey down low, knocked away by number 14. That's Black. Tristan Black, or Timber Black, excuse me, steals the ball, and Monticello comes the other way. Trying to get the rhythm of the game. Going down low to Black, and it's knocked away. It's going to be a foul called against number 23. That's going to be Dawn Filfred. No, 25, Caitlin Yellowman. Caitlin Yellowman called for the foul in the act of shooting. No, excuse me, they're calling it on the ground. So inbounds into the perfect spot underneath the basket, and Timber misses the ball. Rebound comes down to Monticello, gets it back to Black, and this time it will be Phillips called for the foul, and this will be a two-shot foul. Team's trying to get in their rhythm. I'm trying to get in my rhythm, as we call the game today. Timber Black, one of the leaders on this Monticello team, makes the first one. So first point scored with just over a minute gone by in the first quarter. Timber hits the second one. Full court pressure. Passed. They got past it, passed all the way through it, and as they were trying to get it underneath the basket, it goes off the knee of Black. Timber Black knocks it out of bounds. Whitehorse has it underneath their own basket. Get it in down low, and as that 32, Harvey, going up for the layup, she is hit on the wrist. They're going to give the foul to number 15. That is Alyssa Reeve. Picks up the first foul for Monticello. Harvey hits the first one. Kirsten Harvey with the second shot to tie up the ball game at 2 apiece. 2-2 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. 6:34 left in this, the first quarter. Monticello attacking. And the ball is short, partially blocked, brought down by Whitehorse. They get it all the way down the court. And then as they're setting up the layup into the paint, they overthrow the ball out of bounds, turnover to Monticello. Out of the corner down low, they're calling it off of Whitehorse. Going to give it to the Buckaroos underneath their own basket. 3-2 zone being shown by Whitehorse. Buckaroos get it in, a little 12-footer, no good. Comes down to Esplin, who tries to put it back. And it's knocked out of bounds by Harvey. It will stay Buckaroos ball. Into Black, blocked, recovered by the Buckaroos, driving into the paint and taken away by Harvey. The Raiders on the attack. Raiders trying to set up their offense. Down into the corner, and 2 points falls for number 25. That is Yellowman, giving Whitehorse the 2-point lead. Adair gets it across the timeline. She gets smothered by 4 defenders, and her coach calls a timeout to save the 5-second call. So it's 4-2 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. 5:34 left in the first quarter, and we'll be back. You're listening to Utah 1A Basketball on KSL and MyLocalRadio.com.
Feeling the worst? Snap out of it. Become a new you in no time. With Logomaniacs, look your best. Logomaniacs, the right look for the right price.
Back to action here at the Richfield High School Gymnasium. This is the consolation bracket of the Utah State 1A Basketball Championship. These two teams both lost yesterday, but seemed to be a good matchup this morning. Monticello Buckaroos against the Whitehorse Raiders. And the score clock goes down, so they take a minute to reset it. And everything comes back. The scoreboard, they're ready. Inbounds goes into Adair. She gets it down to Black. Back to Adair, drives the paint. Rims in and out, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds off of Harvey. It will remain Monticello's ball. Inbounds to Black in the corner. Drives in, little 10-footer, no good. Rebound comes down, put back is no good, and Whitehorse comes down. This is Harvey driving the length of the court. She goes to get it back to her teammate, and it goes back across the timeline, so the turnover will take the ball back to Monticello. 5:09 left in the first quarter. Whitehorse up by 2, 4-2 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. Working around, down in. And it goes back over the timeline and turns it back over to Whitehorse. The Raiders have it off of their sideline on their own side of the court. Get it into Harvey. Harvey picks up the dribble. Now she gets it down to Whitney. Whitney loses the grip on it. They're fighting for it on the floor, and Yellowwan comes up with it. They're going to say the turnover is going to send it to Monticello. Across the timeline. Now they're setting up their attack against that 3-2 zone. And almost goes out of bounds, taken away by Harvey. Harvey gets it up to Phillips. Phillips drives in, and she is surprised from behind. The ball knocked away and taken away by Monticello. Ball out in front of Adair, so she kicks it back out to the corner where Black gets it, drives into the paint. Little 6-footer, no good, and Harvey down with the rebound for the Raiders. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Still 4-2 in favor of Whitehorse. Harvey with the attempt, no good. It is Timber Black with the rebound. And Monticello on the attack. Into the paint is Adair. As she goes up, she is going to get called, or she is going to draw the foul. This is going against number 25, Caitlin Yellowtail. It'll be her second. And it will send Adair to the line to shoot 2. Bringing in some substitutions. This webcast proudly being presented by the town of Garden City, Utah, where families play. Log on to bearlake.org today. Garden City, Utah, bearlake.org. Find out your next vacation today. She misses the second. She made 1 out of the 2. The second one on the rebound goes out of bounds. They're giving it to Whitehorse. 3:33 left in first quarter action. Whitehorse trying to pass it all the way down and just couldn't get a handle on it. That was Kirsten Harvey. Went off of her hands and out of bounds. So Monticello brings it in. Down the middle, stripped away by number 14, Whitney. She gets the ball back and puts it in. Shania Whitney with 2 points for Whitehorse. The lead is 3, 6-3 in favor of the Raiders as Monticello passes it through the full court pressure. Layup no good. Rebound down by Harvey. She takes it all the way, coast to coast. Throws it up, no good, and the rebound comes down to Hill for Monticello. Hill takes it coast to coast, and the layup no good. Rebound comes down to Whitehorse. Whitehorse trying to fight their way through a double team. And Coach Bridget Whitehorse, the coach for Whitehorse Raiders, calls a timeout, so we'll take one too. On the Rocky Mountain Yeti Group scoreboard, 2:46 left in the first quarter. It is 6-3 in favor of the Raiders. You're listening to Utah 1A basketball on KSL on mylocalradio.com.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Welcome back to the 1A basketball being presented by Bear Lake Realty here on KSL and mylocalradio.com. Game is between Whitehorse and Monticello in the consolation bracket. Whitehorse in the lead by 3, 6-3 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard as Whitehorse gets the ball, bringing it in from out of bounds from the far end of the court. And this is going to go off of Harvey on the inbounds pass. Got a little problem with Erica Hill there as they tangled up. Harvey knocks it out of bounds, and it goes back to Monticello under their own basket. This is into Black, Timber Black, with 2 more points. She has 4 of Monticello's 5 points. Trying to get it, they do get it across the timeline, tacking into the paint and bringing it back out. Gets it to Harvey, who turns, tries to take it into the paint. It's stripped away, and Timber Black comes up with it, bringing it coast to coast. And as she goes up for the layup, she's going to be hit on the wrist by number 10. That is Shantae Dixon. Shantae's first foul sends Timber to the line for 2, makes the first one. And the score is tied at 6-all on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. 2:18 left in first quarter action. Monticello now up by 1. Timber Black 6 of the 7 points here in the first quarter for the Buckaroos. Across the timeline, attacking down under the basket from about 4 feet out. The shot up, no good. Fighting for the rebound. Buckaroos come up with it. Get it across the timeline. This is Hill. Little 12-footer is good for Erica Hill. And the score is 9-6. Again, full court pressure. So far, Whitehorse has been able to handle that pressure. And it looks like Hill is going to be called for the foul. Non-shooting foul. They'll get it inbounds from the sideline. Talking about Whitehorse has possession. Some substitutions coming in for Monticello. We'll tell you who they are as we get to them in the lineup. Phillips gets it in down the middle to Harvey, and she is hit on the wrist. It is a non-shooting foul. She was on the floor. They're going to call Tristan Esplin with the foul. Whitehorse will get it inbounds under their own basket. Little lob into Harvey, and as Harvey goes up for the shot, she is fouled. They're going to call Esplin again. Tristan picks up 2 quick fouls, sending Harvey to the line. Kirsten Harvey, C-U-R-E-S-T-I-N-E. Kirsten Harvey. Interesting spelling of a great name. She misses the first one. Second on the way, no good. Fighting for the rebound comes down to the Buckaroos. And into the passing lane and knocked away. That is number 10. It's Shantae Dixon. Knocks it out of bounds. Monticello will retain possession. Off the sideline in their own forecourt. They get it into Adair. Adair gets it over to Hill. Hill drops it down to Black. Little 12-footer from the baseline. No good. Rebound being fought for. It comes up with Harvey. And they're going to call Black, Timber Black, with her first foul, grabbing the wrist of Harvey. And Whitehorse with the ball. Minute 7 left in first quarter. And she just lost control. Just kind of threw it away. That was Dixon. She ran into a double team and threw it away. And as they were fighting for the loose ball, Monticello comes up with it. Going to call Brooklyn Holt with a foul. And give Monticello the ball. Under a minute to go, first quarter action. The lead is 3 for the Buckaroos, 9-6 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. Black's shot no good. Rebound comes down to number 11. That's Baird. Baird puts it back for 2 points, and the lead is 5. Trying to get it into the paint. Black knocks it away, takes it away, gets it up to Adair, and Adair has it stolen. Then Hill steals it right back for the Buckaroos. Adair slowing it down, bringing it out, calling the play, setting up their offense. This is Baird. Little 10-footer is long. Adair comes down with the rebound. Double team. She is going to be fouled. It's a non-shooting foul. The 5th team foul on Whitehorse. And the foul going up against number 23, they said. Maybe I got it backwards. Looking for a 23 on the roster, can't find one. And at the end of one, off a missed attempt right at the buzzer, the score is 11-6 in favor of Monticello Buckaroos on the Rocky Mountain Yeti Group scoreboard. This is Utah 1A basketball on KSL and MyLocalRadio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
And we're back to action here at the Ridgefield High School in the gymnasium, the Consolation bracket over in the Sevier Valley Center. Game going on right now between Paiute and Milford. Milford is leading by 2 with 2:18 left in the half. It is 22-20 in the championship bracket from the Sevier Valley Center. We're in the middle of a game between Monticello and the Whitehorse Raiders. Just starting second quarter action as Whitehorse gets it inbounds. Driving down is Phillips. She goes into the tall timber and is blocked by Adair. She takes it away, gets the ball up to Megan Black. That attempt no good. The rebound comes down as they fight for it. They're going to say out of bounds off of Whitehorse. Nope, they're going to call a foul. Going to call a foul on number 21. That is Rihanna Shumway. Shumway's first foul will give Whitehorse the ball. Through the hands of Harvey, out of bounds. Back to the Buckaroos. Want to see highlights of this entire championship series? Go to Facebook, log on to Utah High School Sportscasts, and look at all the wonderful highlights. Literally hundreds of highlights by the time the end of the tournament. You'll be able to see them all on Facebook. Utah High School Sportscasts. As Reeve drives into the paint, she is fouled. She will go to the line. Foul is going to be called against Caitlin Yellowman. That is Caitlin's third foul. And Alyssa Reeve hits her first for the first point of the second quarter here in this matchup this morning. Second one's on the way and nothing but net. Alyssa Reeve, 2 points. Phillips bringing the ball across the timeline. Gets trapped but gets it away to Yellowman. Yellowman whipping it around the court. Back and forth trying to get inside that 3-2 zone. Or is that a 2-2-1 zone? They can't do it. Trying to get it inside. Timber Black takes it away. She goes coast to coast, end to end, misses the layup. Rebound comes down to Reeves. She puts it back, no good. And the rebound is stolen away by Whitney. So Whitehorse on the attack. They're going to call a foul against Whitehorse. Going up against number 25, that is Caitlin Yellowman. That is her fourth foul early in the second quarter. It is this 8th team foul. Buckaroos on the attack. Knocked away in the passing lane by Phillips. Phillips takes it all the way down, passes it off to number 22. That is Jim. Jim goes in for the layup, and on her attempt will be fouled. Going to call the foul on Alyssa Reeve. That'll be her second. And it will send Rashana Jim to the line. She'll be shooting 2. First one off the rim, the backboard, and bounces out. No good. It's 13-6 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti Group scoreboard with 6:34 left in the half. Jim's second one is up and is good. Rashana Jim off the bench with a point now for Whitehorse. 13-7 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. Knocked out of bounds, trying to get it cross court, but Yellowman runs into it and knocks it out of bounds. Inbounds pass goes into Black, and it is tied up. They call a jump ball. The possession arrow gives the possession to Monticello. Monticello, the lob in under the basket and off of the glass. Megan Black puts in 2. It's 15-7 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. Phillips driving in, finds a little opening, tries to get it up off the rim, no good. Rebound comes down and is stripped away by Filfred. Filfred finds number 32, that is Harvey, down low. She makes an attempt. That is blocked and taken away by Monticello. Hill going in for the layup is slapped on the wrist. This will send Hill to the line. It's going to give Dawn Filfred her first foul. Erica Hill at the line. She has 2 points in the game, but she misses that one. Sponsors of today's live stream include Cache Valley Visitors Bureau for outdoors adventure, foodie treks. You like sports? How about Utah State University? You'll find your fun in Logan, Utah. Visit explorelogan.com. That's explorelogan.com. Second foul shot is missed. Whitehorse with the rebound, and as they bring it across the timeline, they're called for the travel. Turnover goes right back to Monticello. Hill driving to the top of the key. Driving the baseline is Black. Timber Black runs into some strong defense, kicks it out to the top. They try and get it down low, no good. Taken away by by Filfred. Filfred brings it across the timeline, and as she tries to pass it cross court to Whitney, it is too high and too long and out of bounds, and now it's Monticello's ball. Tristan Esplin brings it across the timeline, gets it down to Hill. Ball goes inside to Megan Black. It goes off the bottom of the backboard, and it's taken away and immediately taken back by Monticello. First shot no good by Black, but on the putback, Megan Black comes up with 2 more points. She now has 4 points here in this second quarter, calling a 30-second timeout from Whitehorse. On the Rocky Mountain Yetto scoreboard, it's a 10-point lead for Monticello, 17-7, 4:49 left in the half. This is Utah 1A basketball on KSL and mylocalradio.com.
If you or your friends are looking for a home or vacation home at beautiful Bear Lake, you don't have to wait any longer to live your dream. Bear Lake Realty has properties in every price range. Relax. Create memories for generations to come in your home or vacation home at one of the most beautiful lakes on earth. It all starts with a phone call. We will help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call today, Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty. 435-946-8888 or go to bearlakerealty.com.
Back to action. Welcome back to Utah 1A basketball, being presented by Ellingford Brothers of Evanston. As we get back to action, we want to remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll have the Southern Utah University halftime report. Also, I would imagine, with a full contingent of cheerleaders and dance team members from Monticello here, we'll get some entertainment. But that's at halftime. In the meantime, we have 4:40 left in this half as they drive down. Number 12 puts it up, and Phillips drops in. 2 points for the Raiders. 4.5 minutes left in the half. Ball goes in low and is tied up, calling a jump ball. They got the ball down in to Brooklyn Holt, and as she turned around to try and put in the basket, Harvey was right there to tie it up. No, that's not Harvey. That is Filfred. I keep mixing those two up. Filfred ties her up, and the possession arrow gives the ball back to the Raiders. And stolen away into the passing lane runs Megan Black. She takes it coast to coast. And as she goes up, the ball is knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. It will stay Monticello ball with 4:10 left in the half. Inbounds goes into Timber Black. It goes off of her foot, and as Tristan Esplin tries to pick it up, she's standing on the baseline. It is Raiders ball. Full court pressure. They break the 5 seconds, get it across the timeline, and once again, the pass is high, and it is long, and it is out of bounds. Another turnover. How many times have they passed here in the first half where the ball has gone over the head of the intended receiver and out of bounds for Whitehorse? It's happened 4 or 5 times. And here it happens to Monticello. Monticello does it, same thing happens. Whitehorse with the ball as they drive into the paint. They're going to call a blocking foul. It's going to go against Megan Black. Here's Whitney at the foul line. And the first one is good. Here goes the second one. No good. Rebound comes down to Holt. She gets it out to Hill. Hill gets it underneath to Baird, and Baird puts it in for two. Journey Baird, 2 points with 3.5 minutes left here in this first half. Stolen away from Phillips by Hill, and Erica takes it in. Layup, no good. Rebound comes down to Filford. Going to call a foul against Tristan Esplin. This will be her third. And it's going to put Filford to the line. She'll be shooting 1-1. Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard has Monticello at 19, Whitehorse at 11. This could change that. First and no good, but rebound comes down to Whitehorse. Driving into the middle is Phillips. She puts up a little layup, junk hook, whatever you want to call it. It was good. We'll call it good. 2 points for Whitehorse. Monticello breaks the full court pressure, gets it across the timeline, and now takes a minute to set up their offense. Hill down to the baseline to Baird. Baird driving the baseline. She gets wrapped up and tied up, and it's going to be a jump ball with the possession arrow going to Monticello. They'll put a dare to do the inbounding duties. They're inbounding from under their own basket. Trying to get it in. Goes off of the foot of Filford. Again, Monticello's inbounding. Double team. Ball taken away, and then it goes off of Whitehorse again to go out of bounds. So for the third time, Monticello will inbounds underneath their own basket. Calling the inbounds play. Over in the corner is Reeves. She misses it. The putback by Megan Black is good, and that is Megan's 6th point here in this second quarter. Full court pressure. The ball is knocked out of bounds by Adair. Possession stays with Whitehorse. Dixon brings it across the timeline and trying to get it down in, and hand got in the middle of the passing lane, knocks it out of bounds, and Whitehorse will maintain possession with 2:25 left in the half. 21-13 in favor of the Buckaroos on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. Inbounds come into Filford. Filford goes over to Phillips. Phillips into the paint, kicks it back out. Three-pointer on the way, no good. The attempt went up by Whitney, and the rebound comes down to Erica Hill. She drives to the other side, trying to get it down low to Baird, and it's knocked out of bounds by Whitehorse. Stolen away, but not before the jump ball is called. Whitehorse inbounds, full court pressure. Causing some problems for Phillips. She does get it away to Whitney. Whitney gets it across the timeline. Drives into the paint, falls down, and is called for a travel as she tries to break between three defenders. She lost her footing Referee saw it as a travel. Monticello has the ball. Here's Adair across the timeline. Gets it Erica Hill. Hill gets it down to Alyssa Reeve, who puts it in for 2. In the lead once again is 10 with 1:30 left on it. Stolen away by Hill. Goes up for the layup. The putback is good, and she draws the foul. Foul is going to go against number 23, Dawn Filfred. This will be her second. Well, they have her for 3. Update my stats. But Filfred's foul will send Hill, Erica Hill, to the line. She'll be shooting 1 as she made the front end of that. Turned it into a three-point play. Erica Hill, 26-13 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. Stolen away by Reeve. Reeve gets it back to Adair. She pulls it back, and Monticello sets up their offense. Down low on the baseline, kicks it back out to Hill. Top of the key, little 10-footer from the free throw line from Megan Black is no good. But the Buckaroos come down with the rebound. Now it's stolen away by Whitehorse. Up ahead to Dixon. Dixon across the timeline. Gets it over to Phillips. Phillips bounces it down in the corner to Filfred, and Filfred brings it back to the top. They whip it around the horn. And Filfred underneath puts it in for 2. Dawn Filfred scores 2 points and draws the foul. She'll try and make it a 3-point play. Going to call this on Journey Baird. Journey's first foul. And the shot is good. Dawn Filfred with a 3-point play. 45 seconds left in the half. On the inbounds pass, Shantae Dixon gets in the passing lane and knocks it back out of bounds. So the Buckaroos will try and get it inbounds again. Full court pressure. Into Adair. Adair takes the ball. Whitehorse fans wanted to double dribble. She gets it away. They get it across the timeline. Tied up by Phillips. They almost lose the ball, but Adair runs it down. Takes it back to the top of the key to set up the Buckaroo offense. Down low. Couldn't handle it as she throws it back. The ball goes out of bounds. It will be Whitehorse ball with 20 seconds left in the half. Whitehorse down by 10, 26-16 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. And again, the pass is high, the pass is long, and the Whitehorse Raiders can't bring it down. It goes out of bounds. A turnover right back to Monticello. 12 seconds left in the half. Monticello gets it across the timeline, gets it cross court to Adair, who drives the baseline, puts it up, hits the side of the backburn. Rebound, no good. 2 more putbacks, no good. And the whistle blows to end the first half. So as we look at the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard, we see 26 for the Buckaroos, 16 for the Raiders. It's halftime, and we'll be back to see if there's a little bit of halftime entertainment. You're listening to 1A Basketball on KSL and MyLocalRadio.com.
Ruby's Inn General Store has the area's widest selection of Indian arts and crafts, curios, and groceries. Located 1 mile from the entrance to Bryce Canyon National Park, Ruby's General Store has what you need.
What did one thirsty range cow say to the other? I'm utterly parched.
Thirsty livestock equals lower profits. Protect your profits now with high-quality cement troughs from Ellingford Brothers in Evanston, Wyoming, a family-owned company serving ranchers across Wyoming and beyond for over 75 years. Before your profits go teats up from the thirst, contact Ellingford Brothers in Evanston. Increase the life of your trough and protect small range animals with a critter ladder. Ellingford Brothers, Evanston.
And we're back to action. halftime as the Monticello cheer squad takes the floor. Let's join the entertainment. You know, I think I introduced them as the Milford High School cheerleaders. I hope I didn't. They are the Monticello High School cheerleaders with the routine. If I did, I apologize to those young ladies and all of their fans because I didn't intend that. What I was thinking about is the fact that 4 of those young ladies that you just saw on the floor from Monticello have made the Deseret News Academic All-State Drill Team. What a great accomplishment, as 10 ladies from across the state have been named to this academic all-state drill team, 4 of them from Monticello, including Caroline Goodwine, Abigail Nilsson, Erin Rogers, and Hallie Young. They were out on the court performing for us just a moment ago. The average combined GPA for all 10 of the young ladies that made the drill team from across the state is 3.878. Some smart young ladies. That's the entertainment. We're going to take another break as you're watching Utah 1A basketball. We're going to come back and see if I can't put together the numbers and give you some of the stats here at the Southern Utah University halftime. You're listening to Utah 1A basketball on KSL and mylocalradio.com.
I get to compete as a collegiate athlete on the gymnastics team. This has allowed me to make connections with people inside the gym and outside of the gym while traveling around the entire country and competing on a Division I level. Being on the gymnastics team has really taught me discipline and hard work, and this is going to apply to every aspect of my life. My name is Natalie Trejo. I'm a sophomore chemistry major, and this is how I experience more.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at West Star Printing design your business cards. Now with same day and next day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit West Star Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. West Star Printing, 307-789-5202.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you. Your truck works hard for you. Give it all the accessories it needs. Ellingford Brothers has the best accessories around. See them today for a wide variety of hitches, grill guards, and more for your truck. Ask them about a Line-X spray-on bed liner. It's specially formulated and very durable. Ellingford Brothers has quality products and affordable prices. Stop by their office today at 221 County Road. Ellingford Brothers. For your next construction project, count on the best. Ellingford Brothers in Evanston.
Hi there. Greg Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our experience to get you the best rate. We will get you the vehicle that you've always wanted. It's about knowing your vehicle is in the right hands. Throughout the buying experience here at Castle Rock Chevrolet, we're here for you. If you're ready to buy a new truck, come to Castle Rock. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. We're a different kind of dealer. Hi there, Craig Dearden with Castle Rock Chevrolet right here in Evanston. Of course, it's about finding you that perfect vehicle, but at Castle Rock, it's about a lot more. It's using our...
And we welcome you back to this 1A basketball presentation by Ellingford Brothers of Evanston, bringing you the 1A championship tournament, I guess, this weekend. They are one of our great sponsors, and you're listening to the Southern Utah University halftime report. As we look at some of the highlights, let's take a look at some of the scoring. For the Monticello Buckaroos, I have the two blacks, Timber and Megan, with 6 points apiece. They are leading that team at 6 points apiece. Erica Hill comes off the bench. She has 5 points, followed by Journey Baird and Alyssa Reeve with 4 points each. 1 point up on the board for Ashley Adair, and 26 points is what they have at halftime. For the Whitehorse Raiders, on their side of the court, the leading scorer is Neona Phillips with 4 points. I have 3 points apiece for Shania Whitney and Dawn Filfred. 2 points apiece for Caitlin Yellowman and Kirsten Harvey. And 1 point off the bench is Rashana Jim with a point. So I am missing a point somewhere there. They have 16 points. The total I have on my score sheet is 15, so obviously my mistake. It's 26-16 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard, and you've been watching the highlights and listening to some of the stats of the Southern Utah University halftime report. Want to remind everybody that this webcast cannot be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Deseret Digital Media and My Local Radio. It is wholly owned by those entities, and any portion or the entire broadcast needs to have written permission to be used, just so you know. Ready to get the second half underway. If you'd like to see more highlights like we were just showing you, you're invited to log on to Facebook and go to Utah High School's Sportscast. Utah High School Sportscasts. That's SPORTSCASTS. Utah High School Sportscasts. Go to Facebook, check it out. You'll find not only the highlights you were seeing during that SUU halftime highlight, but a lot more from the tournament from yesterday and throughout the next 3 days. We'll just keep adding to those highlights, and you'll be able to see them all right there. We're underway. It is a third quarter action coming your way from the Richfield High School Gymnasium, where Monticello is in charge of this game by 10. They have a 10-point lead over Whitehorse, 26-16. The first attack on the basket, Monticello missed. Rebound comes down to Whitehorse, and now it's their turn to look to put 2 points up. Inbound pass knocked away, and out ahead is Tristan Esplin. She slows it down and puts in the layup for the first 2 points of the second half. Monticello Buckaroos. It was Esplin, Tristan Esplin with that layup. This is going to go. Yes, they did. They called that off of number 15. I had to make sure. Alyssa Reeve kicked that ball out of bounds, so it'll stay with Whitehorse underneath their own basket. They inbounds it inside, just inside the three-point line. The shot is long, no good. Adair comes down with the rebound. They are fighting for it. Number 22 is Rashana Jim. Ties her up. The jump ball is called. The possession arrow gives the ball to Whitehorse. Looked like she wanted to give that to Jim as they met up there, but now they're going to set up an offense. From three, downtown, no good. Rebound and the putback, no good. And the rebound goes out of bounds. They're going to say it's off of Megan Black and will maintain the Whitehorse ball. 6:41 left in the third quarter. First half just underway. 12-point lead for Monticello. Whitehorse with the ball. Down in low, that's Filfred for two. Don Filfred. And into the passing lane to knock it away is Filfred as the Buckaroos were trying to get a fast break going. Goes out of bounds. The Buckaroos will maintain possession. Adair at the top of the key calls out the play. 2-2-1 defense, zone defense, being operated by Whitehorse. Long shot, no good. Long rebound comes down to Phillips. Brings it down the court. She kicks it out to number 22, Jim. Jim gets it cross court to Dixon. Dixon's shot is no good. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Buckaroos. And the Raiders in under their own basket. Down low, it went into Filfred. The shot no good. Rebound comes down to the Buckaroos. Trying to go end to end, but the defense is there. The layup no good, and the rebound comes down to Jim. Jim gets it over to Phillips, who brings it across the timeline. And Adair knocks it out of bounds. Raiders maintain possession. The lead is 10, 28-18 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. 5:36 left here in third quarter action. Down low to Filfred. She does a little spin move off the glass. Don Filfred with two more for the Raiders. Adair picks up her dribble. She's looking to get it. Finally, they get it inside. Trying to take it into the paint. They are going to call. Who did they call? 10? No, number 11. Calling Baird with the foul. Nope. That is wrong. Number 10. They called Dixon with the foul. That's what it was. Back and forth, back and forth. 8-point lead for the Buckaroos. Now they're going to settle it down, see if they can't set up a little bit of offense. Going to end out of, that is Black with the attempt, no good. They're going to say rebound goes off of Monticello. They say that Alyssa Reeve was the last one to touch it. So that gives Whitehorse the ball. 4:32 left in third quarter action. 28-20. The 8-point lead belongs to Monticello. Trying to get it down in low, and the pass cannot be handled. It goes out of bounds. Turnover takes it back to Monticello. Full court pressure. A loose full court. Now they stiffen it up a little bit, but that gets across the timeline to Adair. Adair calls out the play, setting up their offense. Into the paint. Short little jumper for Black is off the mark. Could not save the ball. It goes out of bounds. The turnover goes over to the Raiders. Full court pressure again. They pass their way through it, and the pass barely handled into the paint, and coming up from behind, they're going to call the foul on Reeve. And they're saying it's going to go off the baseline. She was not in the act of shooting, and that's only one team foul in this half for either team. Both teams have one team foul in the half so far, so no bonus yet. And on the inbound pass, Adair picks it up and double dribbles and turns it right back to the Raiders. Raiders inbound. This is Dixon with the ball. She gives it up to Jim. Jim tries to get it down low to Filfred, and a foul is called. Foul called on number 4. That will be Adair. And the Raiders inbound it. 3:34 left in the third quarter. A little three-pointer on the way, a little bit short. And that's Jim with the rebound. She gets it over to number 10, Dixon. Shoots, gets her own rebounds, misses twice. And the rebound comes down to Reeve. They're going to call number 23, Dawn Filfred, for the foul. The layup was good. So Adair goes to the line after scoring 2. She'll try and make this a 3-point. It's 30-20 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti Group scoreboard with 3:15 left in third quarter action. With Filfred getting her 4th foul, she is going to sit down. Rebound comes down to Whitehorse. Nice little dribble there to get it into the quarter. Up front to Jim. Jim turns around and drops it in. Rashana Jim, 2 points for Whitehorse. Monticello on the attack. Calling out the offensive play is Adair. She gets it over to Esplin. Esplin gets it down low to Reeve. Back out to Esplin for 3. No good. Reeve comes down to Megan Black, and Megan Black puts it back in for 2 points. Whitehorse is going to call a timeout, a 30-second timeout. On the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard, it's 32-22 in favor of Monticello. This is Utah 1A basketball on KSL and MyLocalRadio.com.
When you buy or sell real estate, it's important to work with a realtor that has experience, is knowledgeable about the market that you're interested in, and has your best interest at heart. At Bear Lake Realty, you'll find all of these traits plus more when you work with Gary McKee and his professional team. So whether you're buying or selling land, a home, a summer home, or a quarter share, make sure you're working with the best real estate team. Call Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty today.
And we welcome you back to this Bear Lake Realty presentation of Utah 1A basketball on KSL and mylocalradio.com. Thanks for joining us. 2:31 left in third quarter action. This is the first game of 8 here in the Richfield High School Gymnasium today. This is where the consolation bracket of this tournament will take place over the next 3 days. This is where we'll be bringing you up the consolation. The championship bracket is taking place at the Sevier Valley Center. That's just across the lawn from where we're sitting here in Richfield, Utah. And that's where the championship bracket is. If you want to look at the championship bracket, you can log on to that too at live.ksl.com or mylocalradio.com. Shot attempt goes up by number 31, Lee. It's no good, but possession is maintained by the Raiders. Second attempt was no good. The ball goes out of bounds. Goes off of Reeve. And the Raiders have it underneath their own basket. Down by 10. Ball comes in to Harvey. A little 5-footer goes up, no good. Shot by Dixon. The rebound comes down, and the fast break goes down to Erica Hill, who drops in the layup and draws the foul. They're going to say number 22. That would be Rashana Jim with the foul. Her first, going to send Hill to the line to see if she can make this a three-point play. And it goes off the back of the rim, bounces high and drops through. Another point for Erica Hill, who now has 8 points in the game. Nice little dribble move by Dixon. Gets it across the timeline. Then she spins. Tries a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Whitehorse. The second attempt no good. The rebound goes over to Monticello. Monticello into the paint, running the fast break. The first layup no good. The second break by Tristan Esplin drops in for two for the Buckaroos. Picks up her dribble. Gets double teamed. And she misses the 5-second count. Picked up her dribble at the wrong point on the court. And none of her teammates came back to help her out. So 5-second count. That'll turn the ball over. Give Monticello the ball back when we come out of this timeout. You're listening to Utah 1A basketball on KSL and mylocalradio.com.
I didn't think it was possible to add one more thing to my already busy schedule. Then I realized that earning my degree will not only help me, but my family too.
Bryce Canyon Half Marathon, 13.1 miles of fast and unforgettable running on scenic Byway 12. From Bryce Canyon City descending to Cannonville through the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Race runs on the second Saturday in July. Start training today.
Welcome back to this Bear Lake Realty presentation of Utah 1A basketball, and being brought to you by Ellingford Brothers of Evanston, Wyoming. Both coaches had a lot to say to their team during that timeout. Look at the Rocky Mountain Yeti group score clock. It's 37-22 in favor of Monticello with a minute 22 left in third quarter action, and Whitehorse has the ball. That is Claw trying to get it down low to Phillips. It was knocked out of bounds by Esplin. Whitehorse maintains possession. Phillips, top of the key, tries to break through the screen, doesn't do it, puts the ball up, it's blocked, and saved from going out of bounds. The foul is going to go against number 5, Tristan Esplin. That should be her fourth, if I am right. Esplin with 4. This will send Kirstine Harvey to the foul line for 2. First one is good for Harvey. Sponsors of today's live stream include Ellingford Brothers of Wyoming. For your next construction project, count on the best. They'll visit us here in Utah. Go to ellingfordbros.com. Harvey's second one rims in and out. Rebound comes down to Holt, and the Buckaroos are on the attack. Less than a minute to go, third quarter action. Setting up the play is Adair. And knocks in 3. She called for the play, then she took a step back and drilled the 3. Going to call a foul on Ashley Adair as she was trying to put on some pressure on the full court, getting it down court. It's Ashley's second foul. Whitehorse maintaining possession, 30 seconds left in third quarter action. Driving into layup, no good. Phillips taken away. It was Hill that ended up with it. Takes it full court to drop it in for another 2 points for the Buckaroos. Trying to break through 2 people, losing the ball, and the ball comes down to number 12, Brooklyn Holt. She dribbles it all the way the length of the court and puts in a layup for 2. So at the end of 3, the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard has the Buckaroos 44, the Raiders 23. We'll be back with the last quarter of action. You're listening to Utah 1A basketball on KSL and mylocalradio.com.
They really appreciate every customer at Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. They understand that you have lots of options when it comes to purchasing outdoor recreation vehicles. That's why they work hard to earn your business by making sure they understand exactly what you want. They're friends with their customers. When you're happy, they're happy. If you haven't been to their store, they invite you to come visit. And if you've already one of their friends, stop in again soon and check out all of this season's gear. Cache Honda Yamaha in between Logan and Smithfield on US 91.
Comfort Inn in Richfield offers guests cozy accommodations and friendly service. Amenities include free Wi-Fi, free hot breakfast, indoor pool and hot tub. If you're looking for a getaway, or if you're here at the Comfort Inn for work, we've got you covered.
Welcome back to Utah 1A basketball, being presented by Ellingford Brothers of Evanston, Wyoming. As we start the final quarter of action here at the Richfield High School Gymnasium, Monticello is leading 44-23, and they have possession to start the quarter. Down in low, off of the hands of Brooklyn Holt, goes out of bounds, and Whitehorse will take ownership of the ball. Full court pressure again, picking up the passing it through the full court pressure. They get it down low, and Caitlin Yellowman drops in the first 2 points of the quarter for Whitehorse. Adair to Hill, trying to work it in low. Get it down to Holt, and Holt does a little spin move and drops it in. Brooklyn Holt with 2 points for Monticello. Whitehorse breaks the full court pressure, gets it down low, but the defense is there. Get it across the key, nice little pass, but the attempt by, was that Harvey? Yes, Harvey with the attempt. No good. The ball gets knocked out of bounds, and Monticello takes over control. Almost lost it there, but Adair comes back and picks it up. They're going to call timeout. Monticello Buckaroos want a timeout, so as we look at the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard, 6:40 left in the game. It is 46-25 in favor of Monticello. This is a full timeout. You're listening to Utah 1A basketball on KSL and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's fun helping each customer find the best vehicle for their needs. I'm Tracy Lawley and I've worked with my brother Kirk for 23 years. Back in 1969, my grandfather Donnell Jensen sold a customer this 1969 Dodge Charger. Years later, I had the opportunity to sell that same customer a new Dodge truck. And we continue to have the opportunity to serve his children and grandchildren. If you're buying a car from someone who isn't having fun, you should definitely come see me before you sign on the dotted line.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Welcome back to this Ellingford Brothers of Evanston presentation of Utah 1A basketball here on KSL and MyLocalRadio.com. Monticello has the ball. They bring it across the timeline with 6:34 left in this game. Also have a 21-point lead. And they are going to call a foul against Adair. Or was this away from the ball? Number 5. Oh, a 5-second violation. He held up 5 fingers. I thought it was against player number 5. Okay. So the turnover goes into Whitehorse, and they run into an offensive foul. 25 is Yellowman. That should be 5 fouls on her. She's out of the game. Offensive foul gives the ball back to the Buckaroos. Full court pressure. They break it. Adair with the ball, driving into the paint. Runs into Filfred and tries to get it in low, can't do it. So they bring it back out. Again, trying to set up an offense against the 2-2-1 zone. This is Hill. Shot up, no good. Black with the rebound, and Timber puts it back in for 2 points. Timber, the leading scorer on this team, with 11.7, the average per game. So far today, I've got her with 8 points. White, number 11, a push. So Journey Baird call with her. I have her for 3. They have her for 2. Whatever it is Whitehorse ball. Nice little inbounds pass. Underneath the basket, spin move, no good. Rebound, take it away and put back by number 22, Rashana Jim. Jim scores 2 points, draws the foul. They're going to give the foul to Brooklyn Holt. We'll send Jim to the line. Make this a 3-point play. The foul shot no good. Black taking it coast to coast. Timber Black now has 10 points in the game. And back the other way is Phillips. Gets it over to Whitney, back to Phillips. Trying to work it inside. They kick it back out for a 3-point attempt. No good by 23, Filfred. No, that's not 23. 22, excuse me. The attempt was by Jim. Was no good. The ball goes out of bounds. It stays with Whitehorse. A couple of substitutions come in. Begay Begay is one of the two that came in for Monticello. And Monticello trying to get the ball down in the paint, throws it away. Excuse me, I said Monticello did that. No, it was Whitehorse. Again, high and long, out of bounds. The turnover gives the ball to Monticello, who brings the ball down, gets it down low. And the ball is stripped away. Let's see. Brooklyn Holt was fighting for that. They're going to say a foul against Holt. Okay. Her second foul. That is going to send Did she make that one? Okay. First shot made. Number 23, that is Dawn Filfred with 2 from the foul line. Driving into the paint, the layup no good. Rebound comes down to Monticello, stripped away and taken away by Whitehorse. And you get it across to Whitney, gets it back out to Phillips. Phillips trying to turn and drive into the paint, and she will be hit on the arm. It's going to be a 2-shot. White, number 5, Tristan Esplin. This will be her 5th foul. She's out of the game. So we have Caitlin Yellowman out of the game for Whitehorse, and Tristan Esplin just fouled out. And this is going to put Phillips at the line. Ref held up 2 fingers, but it is a 2-shot foul. She misses the first one. Taking her time as she eyes the basket to drop it in. Second one is good. Monticello on the attack, full court pressure, and into the passing lane and knocked away. It was Whitney with her hand right in the right spot to knock it into one of the Buckaroos players as it goes out of bounds, and Whitehorse takes possession. And stripped and taken away by Black. Timber Black, coast to coast, slows down and drops in the layup. 12 points in the game for Black. Phillips sends it down low to Filfred. Filfred on the spin move will draw the foul. Going to call it on number 15, White. That is Alicia Reeve. And that's Alicia's 4th foul. Or Elisa. And the ball falls for Filfred. 52-31 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. She misses the second. And they roll around on the floor. It's going to be tied up and a jump ball called. Possession arrow. Gives it to Whitehorse. 3:40 left in this game. 52-31 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. Ball comes into Filfred. She goes up and in the act of shooting will be hammered on the arm. If they give this to 15, no, they're going to give it to number 21. That's Shumway. Shumway's second foul sends Filfred to the line. Misses the first. Don Filfred. Second one is good. Looks like it takes her one to line up the basket, then she hits the second one. Dawn Filfred. And the ball, as they're driving down the court, kicked out of bounds. No, they're going to call a foul instead of a loose ball. They will call a foul and give the ball to the Buckaroos underneath their own basket. Foul will go against Phillips, her second. Ball is stripped away and taken away by Whitehorse. And on the other end, coming up from behind, is Rihanna Shumway. She knocks the ball out of the possession of Whitehorse and then kicks it out of bounds. But they call her for a foul instead of a strip ball. So they will send Phillips to the line. Phillips' first one, no good. Sponsors of today's live stream include the town of Garden City, where families play. You can log on to bearlake.org today and plan your next family vacation. The town of Garden City, Utah. Second one, no good. Rebound comes down to Black. Double team, knocked out of bounds by Black, and Whitehorse maintains possession as Phillips sits down. Yes. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to Holt. Full court pressure. Whitehorse has really come on strong here with that full court pressure in this final quarter, but the lead is still 20, 52-32. Now 22, 54-32 as Holt drops in one. 2:37 left in the game. Trying to line up a shot, get their play done. Have a man defense going on. Just holding on to the ball a little too long, trying to get something going. Finally, they're running the weaves. They're passing the ball around. Get it down low, and turning into the paint and dropping it in is Filfred. This is Batania, or Batani maybe, Filfred. Buckaroos having trouble getting a handle on it. Finally, Black picks it up. She shoots it down low to Reeve. Reeve misses, and the putback is good by Holt, who now has his 6 points in the fourth quarter. She has 8 points in the game for Brooklyn Holt. Stolen away. Reeve on the other, taking it full court, and a blocking call is going to be called on Filfred. This is number 42, B-A-J-A-Y-O-N-I. Biani, Filfred. And the turnover. Four seconds left in the championship game over in the Sevier Valley Center, and it's a 1-point game. Milford over Paiute, 54-53. 4 seconds left in that game. Back here, we have just under a minute left. And as number 10, Dixon drops in 2 for Whitehorse. Puts the lead at 20, 56-46 in favor of the Buckaroos. 40 seconds left in the game. Down deep to Black. Black misses, tries to get her own rebound back, can't do it. Turns around, ties the ball up. They're going to call a jump ball. The possession arrow will be in favor of Monticello. We finally sorted that out. They get it in. Number 32 is Begay into the lineup. Long pass. Stolen away by Whitehorse. They get a pass end to end. And the number 42, Filfred, once again puts in the basket, making it an 18-point lead. 3-2-1. And this game is over. So at the end, it is 56-38 on the Rocky Mountain Yeti scoreboard. The Monticello Buckaroos will advance, and we'll be back to take a look at the Ruby's Inn post-game report here in just a moment. You're listening to Utah 1A basketball on KSL and mylocalradio.com.
Feeling the worst? Snap out of it. Become a new you in no time. With Logomaniacs, look your best. Logomaniacs, the right look for the right price.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the Tire Professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
If you or your friends are looking for a home or vacation home at beautiful Bear Lake, you don't have to wait any longer to live your dream. Bear Lake Realty has properties in every price range. Relax. Create memories for generations to come in your home or vacation home at one of the most beautiful lakes on earth. It all starts with a phone call who will help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call today, Gary McKee at Bear Lake Realty. 435-946-8888 or go to bearlakerealty.com.
And we are back. Welcome back to Utah 1A basketball, being presented by Bear Lake Realty and Ellingford Brothers of Evanston, Wyoming. We appreciate you joining us for our broadcast. This is the Ruby's Inn postgame report as we look back at the Monticello Buckaroos Whitehorse Raiders consolation game here this morning at the Richfield High School Gymnasium. In the fourth quarter, a lot of pressure put on by the Raiders, but it wasn't enough. They did score 15 points in that fourth quarter off of that defensive pressure that they put on Monticello, but Monticello had come out earlier and really established the lead. 15 points was the highest number of points that the Raiders were able to amass in any one quarter, but a little too little, a little too late. As we look at the scoring, it looks like Timber Black just over her regular average with 12 points in the game. Other high scorers, we had 11 points up for Erica Hill. This is for the Buckaroos. 7 points on the board for Tristan Esplin before she fouled out of the game. 8 points on the board for Megan Black. Ashley Adair had 3 points on the game. And it looks like 8 points for Brooklyn Holt, all in the second half, and 4 points for Journey Baird, all in the first half. That's how the scoring went for the Buckaroos. For the Raiders, it was 5 points going to Neona Phillips. We had 3 points on the board for Shania Whitney. 11 points up on the board for Dawn Filfred. 4 points for Yellowman, Caitlin Yellowman. 3 points for Kirsten Harvey. And off the bench, Batonyi Filfred had 4 points. They all came in the fourth quarter. Dixon with 2 points. And Rashana Jim ending up with 5 points in the game. So the final 56-38 in favor of the Monticello Buckaroos. That means that the Whitehorse Raiders are out of this tournament with 2 losses, and it looks like Monticello will be moving forward. They are going to face the winner of the upcoming game that we're going to bring you here in just about 5 minutes on KSL and mylocalradio.com. That will be a game between Valley and the West Ridge Academy. Valley and the West Ridge Academy coming up next right here on KSL and mylocalradio.com. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be back with the starting lineups and the start of that game in a couple of minutes. This is Utah 1A. This has been the Ruby's Inn postgame report. Anytime you're in southern Utah, especially in the Canyon area, you need to stay at Ruby's Inn. You'll enjoy your stay. This is Utah 1A basketball on KSL and mylocalradio.com.
Your truck works hard for you. Give it all the accessories it needs.